Welcome to Meta with your host, Dr. Elhanan Gazit, your ultimate destination for leaders and creators. Here, we share some of the best metaverse, gaming, and digital innovation news, stories, and insights. Think fast, level up smart. Game on.
Welcome to our deep dive, and today we're exploring Dr. Elhanan Gazit's upcoming book, The Gamer Mindset.
Oh, yes.
It's all about how the gaming industry has all these, secrets really to happiness and wealth creation and, how they can be used for business growth and personal development, especially with AI being everywhere these days.
Exactly. And especially relevant, I think, for all the CEOs and managers out there, people running high-tech companies and startups.
Right.
Anyone who's really trying to innovate and stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, definitely. It's for them.
And of course, Dr. Gazit is a leading expert in this. He advises CEOs and businesses on using all these principles.
And his motto really captures it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Level up smart, game on.
Absolutely. It really gets to the heart of what we'll be talking about.
Yeah.
One of the first things that struck me about the book was how it challenges our whole view of gamers.
Yeah.
It doesn't see them as people who just, spend hours on screens.
Right.
It shows how they're actually a strategic asset.
Interesting.
And he makes this point by looking at Orson Scott Card's Ender's Game.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 1985, the idea of a child leading a real war through a video game, it seems like pure science fiction, right?
Yeah, it did at the time.
But now it's not so far-fetched.
It's becoming more and more real, isn't it?
Absolutely. And militaries around the world, especially the U.S., they're investing so much in video game development.
Wow.
I mean, they're putting more resources into it than they are into new tanks.
Really? I had no idea.
It's true. And it's not just about making training simulations. He uses the example of the Pentagon's America's Army.
Okay.
A free online game launched back in 2002.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was a really clever example of how a game could be used, not just for recruitment,
Right.
but also for social experiments and intelligence gathering.
So they were collecting data on how players were behaving and how they made decisions.
Exactly.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and Dr. Gazet says they were using the illusion of agency, which is this powerful idea where players feel in control.
Oh, I see. Like their choices matter.
Exactly, like they're part of something bigger.
Yeah.
And any leader, whether in the military or business, can learn from that. Think about it. How can you make your team feel that same sense of purpose?
That's a good point.
It's really powerful.
It's not just those military simulations that build these skills, though.
Yeah.
Dr. Gazit talks about Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
A game that seems, just for fun.
Right.
But it's actually training people in really valuable cognitive skills.
Yeah, there's more and more research showing that gamers, especially those who play games like Fortnite, they're getting better at things like critical thinking, making decisions under pressure,
Wow.
and problem solving, much more so than non-gamers.
So all those late night gaming sessions, they're actually giving people an edge?
Absolutely. And the Pentagon has noticed last year at GameX 23,
Okay.
they brought in gamers
Mm-hmm.
to help them come up with ways to defend bases from drone attacks.
So using the gamers to solve real-world problems.
Exactly. And this is something that CEOs and managers need to pay attention to.
Right.
Are you missing out on talented people because you're looking in the wrong places? Are you using old criteria for who you hire?
That's a great point.
You need to be looking for people with these skills, no matter their background.
Especially now with everything changing so fast.
Exactly.
This leads to another point he makes about the global race for, digital dominance. How the U.S. uses gaming for recruitment.
Right.
But China's using it for something else entirely.
Yeah, they're using it for ideological training.
Wow.
The U.S. is trying to attract people to its military, but China is using gaming to shape the thinking of a whole generation.
That's a big difference.
It is, and it shows just how powerful games are. They can shape minds and influence how people behave.
Absolutely.
It makes us think about how we use this technology responsibly.
Definitely.
And Dr. Gazit uses the war in Ukraine as a real-world example of how these gaming skills can be used in the real world.
Right.
Ukrainian gamers have been really important in developing tactics, training soldiers, even using VR to prepare for combat.
Wow. So the Ukrainian battlefield is like a testing ground for these skills.
Exactly. And for CEOs and managers, the takeaway is adaptability. The world is unpredictable. You need to be able to think fast, make decisions quickly, and change your plans when things change.
Right. Be adaptable.
And that's what gamers are good at.
They're used to that kind of environment.
Absolutely.
So you're saying that adaptability isn't optional anymore?
No, it's essential if you want to succeed.
It's a must-have.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about esports.
Oh, yes.
Can't ignore it, right?
No, it's huge.
Professional gamers, huge audiences, millions of dollars. But how does it fit into this gamer mindset idea?
Well, take the U.S. Army esports team.
Okay.
It started small, but it's become a really powerful recruiting tool.
Interesting.
It shows how the military is realizing they need to connect with digital natives.
Yeah, they're meeting them where they are.
Exactly. And businesses can learn from this, too.
Right.
Esports is really good at finding people with specific skills that are in high demand in today's tech world.
So if companies are struggling to find the right people, maybe they should be looking at esports.
It's definitely something to consider.
Okay, so what are the key insights from the book? The things that Dr. Gazit wants every leader to take away?
Yeah, it's like the cheat codes for unlocking the power of the gamer mindset.
Okay, I'm ready. Give me those cheat codes.
The first one is that gamers are the future workforce.
Okay, gamers are the future.
They're the ones with the problem-solving skills, the critical thinking skills, and the collaboration skills that are so important in today's high-tech world.
Got it. What's next?
The second is that the skills you learn from gameplay, they're directly applicable to the workplace.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Things like making quick decisions, using data to make strategies, those are valuable skills in the real world.
Makes sense, especially in tech and business.
Absolutely.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is that gamification is a powerful tool.
Okay.
Companies can use game-like elements to revolutionize things like recruitment, training, and even how they keep employees engaged.
Gamification check. What else?
Number 4 is that gamers plus AI equals the new battlefield.
Interesting.
Has so much potential there. By combining the insights of gamers with the power of AI, we can find really innovative solutions to complex problems.
So gamers and AI working together, that's powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, what's the last one?
The last one is that the lines between gaming and reality are blurring. Things like AR and VR simulations, they're becoming important tools in the business world.
For training, problem solving, all sorts of things.
Exactly.
So get ready, everyone. Things are about to get really interesting.
They are.
But this raises a lot of questions, too.
Right.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
What does it all mean?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And Dr. Gazit shares a really interesting story in his book to help us think about this.
Oh, a story. I love stories.
It's a fictional story, actually co-written with AI.
Wow.
About a 10-year-old gamer girl who becomes a military leader.
A 10-year-old leading the military. That sounds crazy.
It might sound like a lot, but it shows what's possible and the potential consequences of how things are changing.
Right.
He wants us to think critically about the future we're creating.
Yeah.
And how the gamer mindset can help us navigate it.
Okay, that's definitely something to think about.
It is.
And it's something we'll be exploring further in this deep dive.
Exactly.
That story about the 10-year-old leading the military, it really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
It's like anything is possible now.
Yeah, and it shows how our ideas about leadership and who the experts are,
Right.
they're being challenged. We're
Yeah.
moving away from the old ways of doing things
Yeah.
and embracing something new, something more dynamic.
It's like the old rules don't apply anymore.
Exactly, and that's where Dr. Gazit's work comes in. He's giving us a new way to understand success,
Right.
a framework based on the gamer mindset.
So it's not about playing games. It's about how you think.
Right, it's about how you approach problems.
Yeah.
And one of the core principles of that mindset is continuous learning.
Okay.
In the gaming world, you're always leveling up, learning new skills, adapting to new challenges.
Right.
And that's the same mindset we need in the real world.
Yeah, the world is changing so fast.
It is.
If you want to stay ahead, you have to keep learning.
Exactly. And in his book, Dr. Gazit gives us a challenge. He calls it the 15-minute gamer challenge.
Okay, a 15-minute challenge. Tell me more.
So take any decision you need to make. Could be anything, answering an email, what to eat, and approach it like a gamer would.
So how do I think like a gamer when I'm deciding what to have for lunch?
Well, first you pause. You ask yourself, if this was a task in a game, what information do I need right now?
Oh, gathering information like intel.
Exactly.
Assessing the situation.
Then you think about your resources, just like in a game.
Okay.
You have limited time, limited energy. So how can you use those strategically?
To make the best decision?
Exactly.
I see.
And then you ask, what's the best decision to get a small win right now?
Okay.
It's about those little wins, like in a game.
Yeah, breaking down a big goal into smaller steps.
Exactly.
And then you take action.
Right. Gamers are all about action.
No hesitation.
And after you've taken action, you reflect.
Okay.
Did it work? What could you have done differently?
So you're analyzing your gameplay, figuring out what worked.
Exactly. It's about continuous improvement.
And doing it over and over again.
And he suggests sharing the challenge with someone.
Oh, interesting.
Talk about how thinking like a gamer changed your decision.
Like having a teammate?
Yeah, someone to strategize with.
I like that.
So let's talk about gaming and AI.
Okay, that's something I've been thinking about. It seems like AI is everywhere in games now, but I'm not sure I understand what it all means.
Well, think about how it's being used already.
Mm-hmm.
The graphics, the storylines, the characters you play against, AI is making it all so realistic.
It's incredible how sophisticated it's become.
It is, and the question is, how does this affect us in the real world?
Right.
The same AI that's changing gaming, it's being used in healthcare, finance, transportation.
All sorts of fields.
And as AI gets more complex, we need people who understand it.
Right.
People who can work with it.
So you're saying gamers are already developing those skills.
Exactly.
Because they're used to interacting with AI in games.
Right, they're navigating those virtual worlds.
It's like they're ahead of the curve.
And as Dr. Gazit says, it's not man versus machine.
Right.
It's man plus machine.
Working together.
We need both human and artificial intelligence.
To solve the really big problems.
Exactly.
Not a competition, a partnership.
And we need people who can bridge the gap.
Between the real world and the digital world.
And those people are gamers.
Gamers, right?
They're comfortable in those digital spaces.
Yeah.
They're already thinking about data and algorithms.
And they're ready to work with AI.
To solve real problems.
This is also fascinating.
Yes.
But it also makes me think about the ethical side of things.
Mm-hmm.
If gamers are going to be leading us into this AI future, what about ethics?
That's a really important question.
Yeah.
And Dr. Gazit talks about responsible AI development.
Okay.
Making sure this technology is used for good.
Right. We can't just use it without thinking about the consequences.
Exactly. And this is where the gamer mindset comes in.
Okay.
Gamers understand complex systems. They get how AI works.
So they can help us identify the risks.
Exactly.
And make sure we're using AI ethically.
Right. They're not just problem solvers.
Mm-hmm.
They're potential guardians of this AI world.
Wow.
And it's not just about preventing harm. It's about using AI to make the world better.
Okay.
And gamers, with their creativity and passion, they're in a great position to do that.
To use AI for good.
To find solutions that benefit everyone.
So we have gamers leading the AI revolution, solving problems, making sure AI is used ethically. What's the final message? What does Dr. Gazit want us to remember?
He reminds us that we're all players in this game of life.
Oh, I like that.
We all have something unique to offer.
Yeah.
And when we embrace those differences, when we work together,
right,
we can achieve amazing things.
Like in a game, everyone has a role to play.
Exactly. And Dr. Gazit encourages us to celebrate that diversity, to learn from each other, to work together to build a better future.
I love that message. So it's not just about mastering video games. It's about mastering life.
It is, using those same principles.
Strategy, problem solving, adaptability, collaboration.
In every part of your life.
Embracing the power of play to reach your full potential.
And Dr. Gazit leaves us with this thought: the future isn't something that happens to us. It's something we create.
Wow, that's powerful. We're not just watching, we're making the future.
And with the gamer mindset,
we can level up our lives.
And create a future that's meaningful.
Okay, I'm inspired. I'm ready to level up. How can our listeners learn more about Dr. Gazit's work?
You can start with his website, www.juloot.com.
Okay.
He's also very active on LinkedIn and Twitter.
Great. We'll include all those links in the show notes.
And, of course, his book, The Gamer Mindset. It comes out next year.
Awesome. You know, his motto, level up smart, game on, it's really stuck with me.
It's a good one.
It's a reminder that we can approach life with the same energy and creativity we bring to games.
Yeah, it's a great message.
For anyone who wants to make a difference.
Absolutely.
So that's it for our deep dive into the gamer mindset. We hope you enjoyed it.
We did.
Remember, the future is ours to create. So level up smart, game on. Wow, we've covered so much ground in this deep dive, about the gamer mindset.
From Ender's Game to actual esports, from the war in Ukraine to, Silicon Valley boardrooms.
It's clear that the gamer mindset isn't just some niche thing anymore.
It's becoming, essential, I think, for anyone who wants to, make sense of today's world, really.
And for people who grew up thinking games were just, games.
Right.
It's a real eye-opener, for sure.
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me is it's not just about technology, right?
Oh, not at all.
It's about, the human spirit, that desire to explore and create and overcome obstacles.
You're right. That's what makes it so powerful.
It's about engaging with the world.
Yeah.
In new ways, not escaping from it.
Absolutely.
And using that same sense of play and that curiosity, the determination that we bring to our favorite games.
Exactly. And as Dr. Gazit says, it's a really exciting time. We're seeing the skills and mindsets that, used to be just for games. They're becoming crucial for success in the real world.
And if we can really understand and use the gamer mindset,
there's no limit to what we can achieve.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. And Dr. Gazit's message is clear. The future isn't set in stone. It's a game we're all playing together.
So level up smart, game on. And on that note, I think we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Sounds good.
We hope you found it insightful
and inspiring.
Be sure to check out Dr. Gazit's website. It's www.juloot.com for more information and resources.
And grab a copy of his book, The Gamer Mindset, when it comes out.
It's a must-read, I think, for anyone who wants to thrive in this new era we're entering.
I agree.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been fun.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep leveling up.
Think fast, level up smart. Game on.